Hello friends, let us learn active and passive voice. What is happening? Amar bounced a ball. What is the subject here? The subject is Amar and the verb bounced. We can also say the ball was bounced by Amar. Now again, identify the subject in the sentence. The ball and the verb was bounced. Which one is active and which one is passive? The first sentence is in active voice because the subject, the boy named Amar, actively bounced the ball. In contrast with this, in the second sentence is in the passive voice because the subject, the ball, is not actively doing anything. Instead, something is happening to it by someone else. So, what is active and passive? We use the active voice when the subject is doing the action of the verb. We use the passive voice when the person or thing receiving the action becomes the subject. For example, in active voice, we can say the girl cooked the food. In passive voice, we can say the food was cooked by the girl. The basic rule of turning active into passive is that the object takes the place of the subject. The subject, which was the main focus of the sentence, becomes optional. Let us look at the sentence. The sentence is students attend class regularly. So here students is our subject, attend verb, and class is our object. The same sentence let us see in the passive voice. Class is attended regularly. So now the object is our class, is auxiliary verb be, and verb 3 is used along with it, and that is attended. No subject is required here. Let us call the doer or the initiator of the action in a sentence as the agent. So we understand that in an active voice sentence, the subject will be the agent. Our neighbors bought a new car. The judgment passed was in favor of the victim. Now, in a passive voice sentence, the agent is not the subject. Sometimes a passive sentence will not contain an agent. The students' homework was checked by the faculty. Every city today has pollution. Now, let us go through the fundamentals. We apply these three rules to change an active sentence into passive. We replace the subject with the object. So, the object takes place of the subject, and sometimes the subject, which is now the object, is totally omitted from the sentence. We add by before the newly exchanged object if you are including it in a new sentence. We add the verb to be in front of the action verb and change the action verb to the past participle, what we call as verb 3. You then have a passive voice verb. Remember, it is very important that the tense of the sentence remains the same. Let us look at the active sentence. The teacher shouted at the students. Here, the subject is teacher, the verb is shouted, and the object is students. Now, if you want to turn this sentence into a passive voice, then the sentence will be the students were shouted by the teacher. What happens here? The students is our new subject, were shouted at our new verb form, by the teacher is our new object. Here, the verb shouted is in simple past. Now in the passive, we make this simple past into past participle, but the word remains the same because the past participle of shout is shouted. So, though the word is shouted, it is considered as past participle. And then we also add were because it is in simple past. Now let us see few more examples of passive voice. Here is a table showing you how to make active sentences passive in different tenses. For simple present, the sentence is I eat the food. It turns to the food is eaten by me. If it is a present continuous, I am eating the food. The passive will be the food is being eaten by me. If it is a present perfect, I have eaten the food, then the food has been eaten by me. If it is a past tense, I ate the food, it will become the food was eaten by me. If it is a past continuous, the sentence is I was eating the food, it will turn to the food was being eaten by me. If it is a past perfect tense, I had eaten the food, which will be the food had been eaten by me. If it is a future tense, I will eat the food, it will become the food will be eaten by me. If it is a future perfect, I will have eaten the food will be the food will have been eaten by me. If it is a present model, then I can eat food can be the food can be eaten by me. I should eat food will be the food should be eaten by me, and I may eat food will be the food may be eaten by me. If it is past models, I could have eaten the food will become the food could have been eaten by me. I should have eaten the food will be the food should have been eaten by me, and I may have eaten the food will be the food may have been eaten by me. The passive voice is used to sound impersonal or even more formal. We already saw that you form the passive voice by using the verb to be in the tense you want, plus the past participle, the third form of the verb 3. For example, for the verb write, you would use written. Now let us see an example. Almost 60% more students were selected in the second year as compared to the first one. The passive voice is used here with the past tense of the verb to be and the past participle of the verb select. Same way, more practice needs to be given before the test or before you speak, before you use. When do we use it? Active voice is much more commonly used than passive voice. So, you should use for specific reasons. Now, let me give you the reasons when you should use the passive voice. Also, note that it's usually just a matter of choice for you, depending on the context in which you are writing or speaking. When you think the receiver of the action is more important than the doer of the action, interested in doer, then you will say the farmer harvested the corn in September. Now, if you are interested in the action, then you may say the corn was harvested in September. When you think it is obvious who the doer is, so it does not need to be mentioned. An obvious subject, the police arrested the burglar. Omitting the doer, the burglar was arrested. When the doer of the action is unknown or we don't want the doer to be known, then a known doer would be Bina stole Peter's phone. Now If the doer is unknown, then you may say, Geeta's phone was stolen. When you think doer is irrelevant, but if you feel it is relevant, the sentence could be, the manager will close the shop at 3 p.m. But if you feel it is irrelevant, you may write or speak, the shop will be closed at 3 p.m. Now, when you are writing for certain genre, such as science reports or for academic journals, then referring to the researchers, you can say, I can draw several conclusions from the results. Now, if it is anonymizing the researcher, you may write, several conclusions can be drawn from the results. So, to summarize, we can say active voice is a more direct approach towards the formation of sentences. In this, the subject who acts is clearly mentioned. The subject is mentioned first, followed by the action, and then the object comes in the end. In passive voice, sentences are formed using the indirect approach, wherein the subject becomes unnecessary, the object takes the place of the subject, so it comes first, followed by the action verb, and then the subject, which may or may not be included. Passive voice is mainly used when the subject is either unknown or intentionally not mentioned. Usually, passive voice is found in formal write-ups where the attention of the reader needs to be directed more on the action and its effect. Textbooks and the law also include a lot of sentences in passive voice. Okay friends, I am sure this will clear all your doubts regarding active and passive voice. Thank you.